Alright, it's time to rebuild this thing. So anyway, I have the parts, and I'm going to get to it. Well, anyway, there's a screw in there. Take that out. And then we have our compressor. So, I'm going to take those off, rebuild it. I should probably let the air out. No, I guess I don't have to. I'm going to let the air out because this might be a check valve in here. Alright, so this looks like an air filter, which is completely gone. So 4 bolts, takes off the cylinder head. Probably undo this line here. It's the end of that. It's the end of that compressor right there. Just broke the cylinder head in half. God damn it. Note to self. Make sure you undo that line before taking the bolts out. Now I gotta buy a cylinder head cover. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, just cracked in half. Look at that thing. Whole thing. Son of a gun. It looks like there's a little bit of gasket there. Oh, it didn't do anything. So there's the cylinder. But there's a bunch of filter caught in there, which I think is causing the problem. Alright, so I took the old shaft off. I pressed it off, and now I've got this socket over the top of this, so I'm pushing on the metal part of the inside bearing, and I'm just pushing this on here. And that's as far as it feels like it wants to go. So now we got to put it in here. And I think I'm just going to do this. And that will sit in there like that. And this will go on here somehow. I got to figure this part out. Okay, so I got the eccentric back on there and tightened it up. This is all on here. Piston is sitting in here. The piston had to go in here first, but this together going on the shaft is, I don't think it's the way to do it. Unfortunately, yes, I read the instructions, but they're for a twin instead of a single. So anyway, I'm gonna put my fan back on and go from there. Okay, so months ago I started working on this compressor, and my parts came in, I tore it apart, I put the piston in, I had this plate put on, I went to an aluminum welder and I said, can you weld this back together? Actually no, what happened was I bought one of these online off Sears.com, and 3 weeks went by and they never said, you know, any order. They said order completed, they let me buy it, they took my money, but it never showed up. So I called them, and they were like, oh yeah, those aren't available, we can't get those. I was like, well, why did you take my order and my money? And they were like, oh, sorry. So anyway, I looked online, and I could not find this head anywhere. I found tons of articles from the last 5 years of people saying, I can't find this head anywhere, I can't get this part anywhere. Well, they don't make it anymore. They just plain don't make this part. It's unavailable. So anyway, it sat here for months and months and months, and yesterday, or Friday I guess, I decided to JB weld the head and then fill the inside this cavity with epoxy. What are my options? I'm going to have to throw this thing away. And I just don't want to, because I put you know, $100 in parts into that, so I kind of want to see this thing working. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to bolt this down before I reinstall this line. So you can see how this works. There's a piston, it pushes air, and it can't, let me set this down. It can't push air through here, so it goes through these holes. When the piston goes down, it pulls air through these little metal things, lift up, and so the air comes in there, comes out there, in there, out there, la 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 la. Anyway, so what I got to do is put the bolts back in. So this thing goes in here somewhere like that. Alright, so hand tighten them. There's only so much torque you can put in with a nut driver, so I'm hoping that I can't overdo it. Okay, so now put this back in. Alright, so that's as tight as that needs to go. There's only one thing left, and that's to see if this thing blows up. So, maybe I'll just put the plastic shroud on to contain the blast, you know. There. Just like a new one. So, I guess we'll plug it in and see if it breaks. Okay, so that's off. Okay. I guess I'll do a quick trial. Wait, is this? Okay. Well, I don't know. Didn't blow up, right? So, see how it does? I'm thinking now it sure would be nice to have a remote way to turn it off. That thing is a lot quieter than it was, though. Holy cow. Quieter. Building pressure. Anyway, I'm gonna let that thing build up pressure, and maybe that fixed it. Thanks for watching. Well, upon further inspection, I took the cover off, and it looks like it's starting to crack again on both sides. And I don't know if that might be a function of that epoxy like heating up and expanding. I mean, it's still pumping air, but it's not going to pump air for very long. So it's a total bummer. Oh, man. Yeah, that won't last long. So, my options at this rate are to buy a compressor for the top. I can use the same tank, but get a different compressor head. Which, there's not really anything wrong with the tank. It's upright. It has wheels. I suppose it is kind of small, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I get a new compressor and stop messing around. But oh, that's a bummer. Anyway, thanks for watching.